Telling y'all, in this faith, the only thing that you can do is try. You gotta apply these laws, statutes, and commandments. The faith of the Most High, your help aside. Some of us got the outside. I'm telling you, I tried. A month is hard to contain. The face to point the blame. I got a 9 iron, I'll plug you. Welcome to the range. Drop on smoker pain. Excellence and hurricane. Niggas wanna entertain the blind and ascertain. The words for your brain. Wanna suit up, they come see me. Reach on 8 and 32 and maybe we can be free. No hookups or freebies. Israelite who's on GP. Making the heat that flee. Living the word is my destiny. I might get fouled. Throw the towel. Where's the referee? French connection on Hennessy. You gassed off jealousy. Feminine tendencies. Love affair with enmity. These types want a legacy and lie about equity. Forever like the Maccabees. Worldwide catastrophes. Pray when we face the east. It's 7 crowns on the beach. Let my dogs at the least. Hit the word in the streets. I'm made weather with the word. Our wins, no defeats. I try to stand tall from filling the post. But I swear these niggas be doing the most. I try to keep it real when everything's fake. Never fold, never break. I'll be a stand-up Jake. I try to avoid these stumbling blocks like potholes and scanning you niggas like barcodes. I try to keep it real when everything's fake. Never fold, never break. I'll be a stand-up Jake. As good as it gets, the Lord said it best. Yours is delayed and mine is expressed. My spirit is vexed. Hit the left hand finesse, keep the law for success. I heard the word about Kemet, and I wasn't impressed. Nevertheless, I keep my sword sharp. He loves playing in the dark. Greatest of the art. Harris and Boris get torn apart. Why you wanna start a game that you can't win? A bunch of jokers, charlatans, and Harley Quinns. Melanated skin, holding the upper hand. You rock around the motherland, gird with the bands. Do as the Lord commands, and it's like the sands. 144 grand is how we seal the deal. It's no swine with the meal, elected like you're ill. Israel, how it feels, time to break the spell. Shout to UCL, from the depths of hell. I'm doing life for Christ, and I don't need no bail. I try to stand tall from filling the post, but I swear these ain't be doing the most. I try to keep it real when everything's fake. Never fold, never break, I'll be a stand-up Jake. I try to avoid these stumbling blocks like potholes and scanning you niggas like barcodes. I try to keep it real when everything's fake. Never fold, never break, I'll be a stand-up Jake.
Shalom, shalom, Shabbat shalom, to be exact. It's your brother Math. I acquire first name IQ. It's all the same. Shabbat shalom to the family that's in the house. Welcome to another episode. DSTM, don't shoot the messenger. Don't do that. We don't do that over here. All right? Gotta let me live. Let me live. This is episode 249. All praise to the Most High by Yahweh, man. Prayerfully, we're back to back on Friday Night Lights. Hopefully everybody's doing well, man. Took your naps and you're ready to rock tonight. Shout out to the family that's in the house, man. The House of Byron, man. Appreciate y'all for tuning in as usual. My brother Ashar, shalom to you. Kohaf in the house, shalom to you. Bayan Shakal, the House of Bayan in the house, shalom to you, brother, and your household. And anyone else who'll be tuning in late night. You know, sometimes people can be tuning in even later than I start, which is shocking. But it's all good. Or for those who can't stay up night, you know, right now, I know some people is different time zones right now. It's 11 o'clock for some. I know those that's out the country. Then it's like 3, 4 in the morning for some people. For the brothers and sisters out there in the UK, I know brothers in Jamaica, they on I think 3 hours right now. In the springtime, they switched to 4, I believe. I know my brother out there in Trinidad, I think he's working out 4 hours. So it's excusable if you're not here live right now on Friday Night Lights, man. It's all good. But Lord willing, man, if you're tuning in the Sabbath evening, Sabbath day, either way, I pray everybody is well. All right, from Egypt to Israel, shalom to you, right? The House of Elkanah, shalom to y'all. And hey, you see the title. The U.S. and China, are they making peace? Xi Jinping came on over here, man, had a nice little visit with Slow Biden, showing their teeth, smiling and shaking hands, and met up right here, San Francisco, land of the Sodomites. What better place for them to make a new peace agreement than in the home of Sodom? Is that what's going on? What does this mean regarding World War III and end time prophecy? I'm sure there's plenty out there who's been sitting back waiting, biting their nails, chomping at the bit, drooling, fangs out. Yeah, that brother talking about the end of the world. All them Israelites talking about World War III. Now look. See, the God of love prevails. The God of peace prevails. Or that Bible is fake. See, they made up. Everything's just fine. China's not an enemy of America. They need each other. Was that the truth? Is that really what's going on? Is that what happened at that meeting? We're going to find out. The haters is always waiting, man. Scoffers are sitting over there in the corner, man, waiting to show their teeth. Oh, they were wrong. It's not the end. They're fear-mongering. Really? Brother Ron, shalom to you, all right? I can't tell. Without further ado, let's get right to the task at hand, man. I'm not going to belabor the point no longer. I'm not going to filibuster any longer, man. If you haven't done it already, man, make sure you wipe your feet, man. You come up in this house, man, you got to show some honor, show some respect, man. Act like you was raised right. Hit the like button. Let's get the algorithm moving. And let's get this information cracking, all right? Let me share my screen, and we're going to get right to it. Oops, wrong one. Let's go this way. All right, so let's give a little look and see what's going on as it pertains to World War III. Question was asked during the titling. What does this mean for World War III that now China has met up with Xi Jinping and Slow Biden have met up, man? Does that mean, happy days are here again? Nothing's going on, man. Everything's just fine. China's not going to, engage and look at America as an enemy anymore, and so forth and so on. Is that what that whole meeting was about, man? Is that what they went up there in the Hershey Highway in San Francisco to find out? No. Look, the World War III, man, that is still going down. Thus saith the Lord. Okay. That meeting didn't have an ounce of impact on the trajectory of what's going on in the earth right now. As we see right here, Russia's warning NATO of catastrophic consequences as tension with Moscow threatened World War III. Why now has Russia diverted their attention to concentrate on NATO now? Ukraine is over with. We've already discussed that. That's already been understood. We pulled out the articles where the generals over there in Ukraine are now defying orders. We've seen the information where Zelensky's running around panhandling, saying, just give me some money, give me credit, if anything. Slow Biden says we're running out of ammo. Everything's faltering. They're all talking about they're losing. The Ukrainians over there saying they're losing badly over there. So that's pretty much a wrap, right? But who has to stand in place of Ukraine? Who's pledged billions of dollars between America and the NATO allied countries trying to support this proxy war, utilizing Ukraine as a proxy weapon against Russia? NATO has, the North Atlantic Treaty Organization. So now we see that Russia has already diverted its attention to its real enemy, real war, which is NATO, which is including America, right? So what did this meeting in San Francisco have to do with World War III? Does that mean it's all off now? Hell no. Everything is still going according to the Most High's plan, okay? So let's look at this. Russia has warned the West of catastrophic consequences if relations continue to sour, sparking World War III fears between Moscow and NATO. See how the paradigm has shifted? But that's always been the target anyway. NATO has always been the target to extend a World War III. You're not going to have World War III in the midst of a civil war between Russia and Ukraine. That's not world. NATO is the world. NATO has over 30 countries in alignment with their agreements. Let's look and see. How many countries are in NATO? 31. See that? NATO is an international military alliance consisting of 31 member states from Europe and North America. Okay? This was established in 1949 as a defense coalition in the event of a next world war. This is after World War II. So, of course, Esau came together and said, we're going to need to establish a defense force to stop any further wars from happening in the future. Meanwhile, they're right behind starting and establishing wars, funding wars. That's the hypocrisy of the so-called white man. See, let me see. I think it's a scripture in Psalms. Is it Psalms? Oh, wait, that's too many. Let me see if this one is Psalms. I gotta remember exactly where it is. They're out here talking about they want to establish and build up. Pretty much, NATO is looked at as, for those that watch, the Marvel movies and all that, and you see the organization known as Shield. That what's the guy's name? His name Nick Fury in the movie, but what Samuel Jackson? Damn, why am I drawing a blank on Samuel Jackson? Good old Sammy. Nick Fury is the leader of Shield. Well, he's one of the top men in Shield. But Shield is supposed to be this whole world defense organization that stops terrorist threats, that ends world war, countries that's indeed following along with them. Okay. Now, I was trying to find the scripture. Oh, there it goes right here. Psalm 140:3. All praise to the Most High. This is the so-called white man. They have sharpened their tongues like a serpent. So when you hear me talk about the white man speaks with forked tongue, same way our Native American brothers used to say, they sharpen their tongues like a serpent, man. And that just shows you the deceptive nature that the so-called white man speaks with a forked tongue, man. Double-minded, double-tongued. NATO's supposed to be established to stop wars and defend countries. Meanwhile, they're out here funding and supplying wars. They were behind the whole Russia-Ukraine war by imposing on a treaty that was already understood that wasn't supposed to be broken. Ukraine said that they were not going to let NATO anywhere near the Russian borders. They had an agreement with Russia. NATO had an agreement with Russia that they wouldn't impede any closer to their borders. What did they do? Sweetened the pot for Ukraine, told them, yeah, maybe we might make you members and all that other stuff. Let us get a little closer. As soon as they said, yeah, Russia said, hold on, you done broke our agreement. NATO says, hey, so what, man? Ukraine, you can get them. You can take them. We got your back. Meanwhile, they're supposed to be established a stop war. But what? They've sharpened their tongues like a serpent. Adder's poison is under their lips. Well, that's the so-called white man. You understand? That's the so-called white man for you. So the venomous mouth of the so-called white man leads us to where we're at right now. Okay. So I don't need to, I'm not going to talk too much more about NATO. But nonetheless, we're seeing here that the world war has shifted now to the bigger target, which was NATO all along, right? Continuing on with the article, it says the Russian Foreign Ministry released a dire statement on the 90th anniversary of the Russian-U.S. relationship, warning that relations were hanging by a thread. A thread. That's how thin it is right now. The statement read in part, owing to Washington's policy of rampant Russophobia, risk being severed at any moment. This is not Russia's choice, but reckless moves on the part of the United States that spin the wheel of escalation. Hello? It's not Russia's choice, but notice that. This isn't Russia's choice, but we know what? According to Ezekiel 38, they're not going to have no say-so in the matter. Ezekiel 38 and 4 says, I will turn thee back. Who's saying that? The Most High. Thus saith Yahweh, the power. What did he tell Russia? I.e., Gog and Magog. Magog is the ruler. Gog is the land. Okay. In today's terms, Magog would be Putin. Gog would be Russia. All right. And it says, and I will turn thee back and put hooks into thy jaws, meaning what? The Most High is going to establish control and reel Russia into this war. And I will bring thee forth and all thine armies, or all thine army, horses and horsemen, all of them clothed with all sorts of armor, even a great company with bucklers and shields, all of them handling swords. So the Most High is true. When you see a statement like this saying, this is not Russia's choice, yeah, you dang right. It ain't his choice. It ain't their choice. Let me get this in Job. Job, I think it. Job, I want to say 16, but I don't want to jump to the wrong book. But I'm pretty sure, no, 12, 13. Is it 12? 12 and 16, I want to say. Yeah, it's 12 and 16. So when Russia says it's not their choice in the matter, no, it's not. It's the Most High. See, Job 12:16 says, with him is strength and wisdom. The deceived and the deceiver are his. So Russia has no choice in the matter. When we're talking about World War III, Esau has no choice in the matter. Xi Jinping has no choice in the matter. The woes are going to be happening. You understand? Let me get that in Revelation. Revelation 11:14. It says the second woe is past, meaning the second destruction, major destruction, worldwide destruction, Second World War woe has already passed. And behold, the third woe cometh quickly. So there's guaranteed three woes, three major destructions are going to be happening within the earth. They're called World War I, World War II, and the impending World War III, which my personal belief is it's already began. It's already underway. It just hasn't gone nuclear. It just hasn't gone to the points to where millions have died. Hundreds of thousands have died. That's just in Ukraine alone, between Ukraine and Russia. Now we're talking about what's going on over there with Palestine and Israel. Those numbers are nearing 10,000 or more. And that war has been going on for a little more than a month now. So hundreds of thousands have already died between these wars, said wars, right? It just hasn't gone nuclear yet. You heard Slow Biden. I played the video last week. He said when you've got F-16s and planes and tanks and American pilots and all that being at the helm, that's called World War III. Let's not kid yourselves, and you can't kid a kidder. Remember that? coming out of his little serpentine lips. Yeah. So when it says it's coming quickly, hello, it's already here. So, for the naysayers who's sitting back talking about, oh, thank God, China and America is making up. Everything's going to be great. No, no. Just like Slow Biden said, uh, let's not kid yourselves. You can't kid a kidder. That ain't happening. All right, we're going to continue on. We'll prove that as we continue on. Let's go. Look, update. One, Russia loads a missile with nuclear capable glide vehicle into a launch silo. So they're loading up missiles with nuclear capabilities right now. Right now. So who's talking about pieces on the way? What? You know, but the average Negro's too worried about if Puffy is going to jail for killing Tupac. Oh, now they got more charges out of him saying he raped and was doing human trafficking. And Israel's so caught up on the wrong stuff, man. Now they coming out stating the obvious about Will Smith being a sodomite. I mean, see, no, I'm not gonna do it. I'm not gonna do it. I'm going to come back just to show y'all something. Just to show y'all something on that. I got a video clip, man, of Will Smith doing some very, very suspicious activities, man. With Carlton from The Fresh Prince. Yeah. Wild, wild. I'm gonna have to double back on that one, man, because that ain't the topic right now. Because Israel's so distracted on it. But I look at it. I look at everything that I can, because I'm trying to say, well, what are they up to? Paul said, man, I became all things to all men. Right, to the weak I became weak, to the strong I became strong. So I'm trying to check out what is my people looking at? What are they into? What are their attention spans being locked into? Those are the hot topics right now. Meanwhile, they should be focusing on this: Russia's loading missiles with nuclear capable glide vehicles into launch silos. And they just got through saying, NATO, there's going to be catastrophic consequences if you keep escalating and provoking this war to continue. Let's look at this. Russia's rocket forces loaded an intercontinental ballistic missile equipped with nuclear-capable avant-garde hypersonic glide vehicle into a launch silo in southern Russia, according to the Defense Ministry TV channel broadcast on Thursday. President Vladimir Putin announced the avant-garde hypersonic missile glide vehicle in 2018, saying it was a response to the U.S. development of a new generation of weapons and the U.S. missile defense system that it could penetrate. As it approaches its target, the avant-garde glide vehicle detaches from the rocket and is able to maneuver sharply outside the trajectory of the rocket at hypersonic speeds of up to 27 times the speed of sound. Good Lord. I mean, this is Esau for you, man. I finally saw Oppenheimer. If you haven't seen that, I recommend it. I recommend it, man. I recommend it. Good movie. Really gets into the mind of Esau, man. Being when the scriptures say, man, by thy sword thou shalt live, and you understand where this guy's mind goes when thinking about destruction, death. For Israelite, man, it's hard for us to even put ourselves in that mind frame. Like when we call him the devil and the wicked, the destroyer, and the Most High even calls him the smith that makes weapons of destruction. That's in Isaiah. When he said, "No weapon formed against me." That's in Isaiah. I want to see 50. Yeah. See this? Isaiah, this is just a little off topic, but just looking at the weaponry, man, that this cat makes. Isaiah, this is Isaiah 54:16. It says, Behold, I have created the smith that bloweth the coals in the fire, and that bringeth forth an instrument for his work. And I have created the waster to destroy. I mean, that is the so-called white man. Who's created and established more destruction on the earth than him? Every nation has a testimony, including within his own ranks, within his own nation, has a testimony to the destruction that he's caused, whether it be from colonizing lands, whether it be from biological warfare, chemical warfare, whether it be from dropping bombs, whether it be from invading lands, uh, hangings, lynchings, burnings, tar and feathers, you name it. And he's constantly blowing, creating and building up new weapons of destruction. We just got to reading here. Russia made this little avant-garde hypersonic glide vehicle in response to what America was making. They're in competition. And that goes back to Oppenheimer. Who can lead the charge in making the most destructive weapon? You understand? That's what he's up to. So he's building up these loading up this ICBM missile, avant-garde, nuclear capable, into launch silos now. Meaning prepare to launch. You heard that? Got the codes, push the button. He's got it on deck right now. Right now. Let's continue. Iran-backed Houthis threaten all-out war on Israel by land, air, and sea. So the Houthis are a military militia out of Yemen that stands with Palestine, that's backed by Iran. So you got the Houthis, you got the Palestinians, you got Hezbollah, you got Iran as a whole, you got Turkey as a whole, you got multiple nations right now, all flirting with going scorched earth with warfare. Okay. And America's already been engaged with exchanging rocket fire with the Houthis right now. Okay. A powerful Iran-aligned militia in Yemen, already conducting an unprecedented missile and drone campaign against Israel, has declared its readiness to open new land and sea fronts amid the ongoing war 1,000 miles away in Gaza. Abdul Malik al-Houthi, head of Yemen's Ansar Allah movement, also known as the Houthis, issued a statement Tuesday calling on nations located between Yemen and Israel to open a corridor to allow the group's considerable military force fight Israeli troops directly. So Abdul Malik al-Houthi, he's saying, man, open up the floodgates, man, so we can get it on. We want a head-up fade with the Israelis. He said, man, open up the corridor so we can come in and we can fight the Israeli troops directly. They like, man, we're not even talking about launching missiles and all that. Let's get to it. And warning, continued on, it says, and warning that Israeli ships in the Red Sea between the two countries would also be targeted. We looked at last week, what were some of the reasonings that we could see outside looking in, ulterior motives, follow the money, as to why would the Israelis just want all-out destruction of Hamas, relocation of the Palestinian people. Notice they're all trying to tell them, go south, pushing them all into one particular direction so they can have the north and they can move on in and just take everything over. We've seen last week, Netanyahu said they want indefinite occupation. And then we're hearing about, you want to build in a canal so you can have access to billions of dollars of trade and imports and exports. There's billions of dollars of oil untapped that you're aware of. You've got signed contracts already on deck. So, when it comes down to the evil, they say, man, follow the money. Follow the money. Now you got the Muslim nations that are banding together saying, hell no, we won't go. And we're going to get it on with you. Continuing on, it says, on the ground, we have no borders with occupied Palestine. Amir said, otherwise, we would not hesitate to attack it on the ground and eliminate the Israeli enemy. We have fighters numbering hundreds of thousands who are brave, tough, trained, and experienced in fighting. He added they have a very strong belief and their dream in life is to fight the Zionists and the Americans. Oh boy. Oh boy, here we go. Well, look. When you're dealing with Ishmael, Genesis 16:12 says, and he will be a wild man. You know what? Let's just look at the chat. Genesis 16:11 and 12. It says, and the angel of Yahweh said unto her, behold, thou art with child, and shalt bear a son, and shalt call his name Ishmael, because the Lord have heard thy affliction. Verse 12, which we all should be well aware of, and he will be a wild man. Now he might be, not maybe he should be. No, he will be a wild man, right? His hand will be against every man, and every man's hand against him, and he will dwell in the presence of all his brethren. So he maintains a occupied area amongst his brethren, right? Everybody's got a fear of the so-called wild man, the Ishmaelites, scared of a Muslim, a second crusade with the imposing, I should say, of Islam, terrorists, beheadings, suicide bombings, the wild man. And what did he say? We have fighters numbering. Now, Yemen, I don't believe they're all Ishmael down there. But there's a vast majority that are, and the ones who aren't, that are, ham infused, they're all Muslims anyway. They learn the ways of their oppressors. So it says, we have fighters numbering hundreds of thousands who are brave, tough, trained, and experienced in fighting. He added, they have a very strong belief in their dream in life is to fight the Zionists and the Americans. Look at that. Let's continue on. Benjamin Netanyahu. He warns Hamas will attack America if the terror group isn't decimated by the IDF. Do you see how he's politicking? Trying to play on the fears of America, saying the sand niggas is going to come get you next if you don't let us just completely wipe everybody out. Look, they've got, I played the video, what was it, last week or maybe the week before that? We got the Israeli general that was being interviewed by Wolf Blitzer with softball, soft toast, buttermilk toast questions. But he tried to back him in the corner and said, hey, you're looking for one head terrorist in this refugee camp, man. You launched a bomb. You killed innocent civilians. Is that how we getting down? Is that what we're hearing? And the general said, no, that's not what you're hearing. Where it's very hard. They're scared. They hide behind people. And he said, wait a minute. Let me be clear. You bombed this refugee camp. Innocent people get killed, women and children included. And he said, hey, that's the cost of doing war. Well, did you strike your target? We can't confirm that we struck our target, but we can confirm we did kill him. You heard the double speak of the sharp tongue of the serpent? Y'all heard it. Now they're double backing because what? They already put it out there that this is their 9/11. So what do they play on? Oh, the same type of terrorist fears that all America had America shook 22 years ago. When the towers came crashing down and everybody, not everybody, but the world was so deceived and saying, oh, we got to stop these terrorists. They're going to come to every country. They got strapped bombs on them. They're going to kill everybody. They're trying to destroy our way of life. Get your American flag, wrap up. Remember, George Bush came out and said, if you're not with us, you're with the terrorists. Now Netanyahu's trying to run the same game. If you're not with us, they're going to come over there and destroy America too. Hey, look, you got the borders wide open. They've been sliding through. Sleeper terrorist cells are right there on your homeland. We got to kill them all over here so they don't do nothing over there. Does that make sense? If you're saying this is how stupid to do it. You're saying the terrorists they're going to come to they're here in America, but they won't do anything, or they won't be able to do anything if you let us just destroy everybody in Palestine right now. Because basically, they're all under the understanding that you can't tell Hamas from a regular citizen. We just got to bomb both and say it was collateral damage. Hence, ethnic cleansing, get rid of them all so we can have all this land, we can have the resources, we can get to the plans of establishing a multi-billion-dollar operation. So let's see what Netanyahu's talking about. Benjamin Netanyahu says Israel must win for the sake of the, quote, civilized world. So what's he saying about Ishmael? They're uncivilized, savage. See? For the sake of the civilized world, so he's already saying that all of them in Palestine are uncivilized heathens that need to be wiped out and destroyed. Where's all of the the pacifists ready to stand on 10 toes and speak against these statements? See, the pro-Palestinians that's marching and picketing and running around, all they talking about is a ceasefire. They're saying, just stop. You have some that's out there calling them out, the Israelis calling them out on their war crimes and their evils, right? But it's falling on deaf ears because they control the media. So look at this. Netanyahu has warned America and the West will be, quote, next if Hamas is not eradicated. So now they're talking. I saw a commercial that said Hamas is ISIS. I mean, where, when, how, and why was that ever even established and pushed? It was all behind the 9/11, retro flashback to spark the memory in everybody's mind. There's no proof of anything. I seen the whole commercial. They replayed the footage from the festival that they did and raiding in there and all this other stuff and bombs going off. And then they was talking about, we need to stop Hamas. Hamas is ISIS. This is the new global terrorist group that wants to take over the world. I mean, wild propaganda is going on right now. Wag the dog to the 10th power. Continuing, it says the Israeli prime minister told Fox News on Monday that for the sake of the, quote, civilized world, it is essential that the IDF roots out the terrorists responsible for the October 7th massacre. Netanyahu said, if we don't win now, then Europe is next and you're next and we have to win. So in other words, man, give us a free pass and let us just completely wipe their asses out. Otherwise, they're going to come get you next. And if that was the case, man, you know how many so-called migrants is in Europe right now? Overrunning France, Germany, a number of different countries in Europe have had their doors wide open, and Muslims and Arabs are flooding up in there. You don't think it will be already going down right now if they wanted to just go crazy with terrorist attacks, you don't think that some of them Ishmaelites have slid through the border over here and they're ready to go? I mean, they would already be going down right now. He's talking about you're going to be next. We're the only ones who can save the world. Just give us the green light. Just turn a blind eye to the evil that we're doing, and let us do what we need to do. Look, we have to win to protect Israel. From what I can tell, the occupier is the one who's moving in on the occupied. The Hamas ain't going over invading in Jerusalem and invading. It's the other way around. The ground invasion is the Israeli troops are going into Gaza. So what are they talking about? They're trying to protect Israel. The Israelis are the ones who's over there cracking the whip, busting into Gaza and Palestine. I think Israel's just fine. The land, that is. Continuing, it says, we have to win to safeguard the Middle East. We have to win for the sake of the civilized world. That's the battle we're fighting, and it's being waged right now. There's no substitute for that victory. Addressing Americans again, he stressed, our fight is your fight, before branding the war as the front line against barbarism, which would endanger the entire world. These GMOs are interesting. They love pulling on the heartstrings of the world. And now they're the big saviors, man. That's going to save everybody from the filthy, dirty, uncivilized, barbarous sand niggas that want to blow you up. Unbelievable. Let's continue. Look at this. While on the topic, nuclear war in the U.S. would wipe out 300 million people. Can you imagine? I mean, 300 million in America alone. When you look at Revelation 6, right? Let's just look at this part. The fourth seal. Revelation 6, 7, and 8. It says, and when he had opened the fourth seal, I heard a voice of the fourth beast say, come and see. And I looked, and behold, a pale horse, and his name that sat on him was Death. And hell followed with him. So death and hell are synonymous. We're talking about certain aspects of hell. We're talking about death, destruction, the grave. This is the spirit and the seal that's going to be opened when this fourth seal is released, right? All the seals aren't necessarily in chronological order of prophecy, but they will all happen, right? Now, it says, and power was given unto him over the fourth part of the earth to kill with sword and with hunger and with death and with the beasts of the field. These are all the methods of death that's going to happen when this fourth seal is released. Sword, meaning all manners of weapons of destruction, weapons of mass destruction is going to be utilized to kill the fourth part of the earth. Hunger, so there's going to be famines that's going to kill a fourth part of the earth. Death. Look, when you kill them with the sword, just imagine, and we're going to look at it in this article, right? 300 million. That's just America. America's got about almost 340 million people. So essentially, 40 million people may survive in America. And this is Esau's estimations. We know that the Most High said America is going to be destroyed, period. The remnant of Israel and the elect are going to be delivered up out of here. Now, I don't think they accounted for that as being part of the 40 million who survived. But this place is finished. But looking at the global perspective, because notice it said a fourth part of the earth is going to die by sword, hunger, death, and with the beasts of the earth. A fourth part, let's say 8 billion people. I think they just came out with the statistics saying that there was officially 8 billion people in the earth. A fourth of that is 2 billion people are going to die just from this particular seal alone. 2 billion. And we can see how that number adds up just based upon nuclear war knocking down 300 million out of America. So 300 million going towards a 2 billion number uh, is what they're estimating just off of nuclear war with the predictions and the algorithms and all that they work out when it comes down to warfare, right? Nuclear war in the U.S. will wipe out 300 million. New models reveal the devastating impact of radioactive fallout from an attack on America's missile launch facilities. New predictions account for wind carrying nuclear fallout. See, that's when you're talking about hunger. So just let's say you may not been at ground zero where a bomb hit. You could be in the next county. You could be in the next state. But when that nuclear radiation hits and the winds start carrying it, it carries the nuclear particles and everything else that lands on the livestock, lands on the vegetables and the vegetation and the grass, lands in the water supplies. That's going to entail with famine, because now you're going to have a whole area where it's just uninhabitable, where you can't even resource things. You may have survived the blast, but the resources that you need to survive is all contaminated. Oh, here comes the famine, right? It says in worst case scenarios, 300 million people will die from radiation. About 300 million people in the United States would be at risk of death from exposure to radioactive fallout in 4 days following a nuclear attack. 4 days is all it takes. So Esau hiding in bunkers and everything. Listen, there is not going to be no escape, man. No escape. See, they're gonna try to hide out. They're gonna try to hide. Let's look at verse 20, Revelation 9:20. Is it 9? No, it might be back to 6. Tripping. Oops, let me check this. Slacky. It wasn't 6. Look at verse 15. It says, and the kings of the earth and great men and the rich men and the chief captains and the mighty men and every bondman and every free man hid themselves in the dens and in the rocks of the mountains. So when all hell breaks loose, man, they're going to be trying to hide out in their little bunkers, hiding out in the clefts of the rocks. It says that all the mighty men of the earth, man, every official. I seen a couple documentaries. They used to have a show called Doomsday Preppers, and these Edomites, man, they spending major money, man, to live underground. This one cat, man, he's got a whole damn near like a city, 12 stories underground. I mean, they got pools, they've got windows that have digital settings that you can look at them, and if you want to look at it outside like it's snowing, it'll look like it's snowing outside, just to get you, mentally got you thinking that you're looking at outdoors, because you get cabin fever. You can't looking at surrounding around concrete slabs and metal all day. So they've got digital mirrors, man. They give you atmosphere, make you look like you're looking outside. They've got storage shopping. You go down there. I think they said they got a 5 years worth of food or something like that. You go down to the store, go shopping. They got bars, movies. I mean, Esau is a damn fool, man. This guy thinks he's gonna live forever. See, the kings of the earth, the great men, rich men, all of them that from Slow Biden to all the former presidents, Obama, they all got access to these bunkers. They got the governmental bunkers, and you got the private owned ones, man. All these entrepreneurs, rich Edomites, man, is spending their little coins. I'm thinking that they're going to survive, cryogenically freezing their semen and eggs, hoping to be the next generation is to start a new generation after everything, goes to hell in the handbasket. Chief captains, mighty men. Oh, but guess what? We need some slaves too. Need some bond men. Somebody's gotta go down there and serve drinks and clean up after them and all of that. So it's good. So they figure, yeah, we're gonna take a couple of you niggas and spics down there with us. You're gonna be needed. See, they think they're gonna be hiding out. Continue on. It says, and said to the mountains and rocks, fall on us and hide us from the face of him that sitteth on the throne and from the wrath of the Lamb. For the great day of his wrath is coming. Who shall be able to stand? They said, man, let the rocks fall on us, man. Let us be hidden. Because they know the time is coming. They know their time is of the essence. See, even Revelation 12 tells us that they're going to be wroth with the Lamb because they know time is short. Time is short. 12 and 17. You see, it says, and the dragon was wroth with the woman and went to make war with the remnant of her seed, which keep the commandments of the Most High and the testimony of Hamashiach Yahweh. See, when Esau knows his time is short, man, he's mad, he's pissed off, man. That's why he takes out everything on us. People always scratching their heads, man. Our people in the world saying, why do we ain't do nothing to nobody, man? White man hates us. We do this. We've been in slavery. He done whipped us, beat us, hung us. He done stole lands. He did. Why does he do that then? Because he knows. As we're waking up, as the earth's helping the woman, we're getting the archaeological findings. We're getting the hidden books. We're getting the information. We're getting the breakdowns and the revelations is coming fast and furious. The times of knowing in part and prophesying in part, that's even becoming a smaller gap. And why? Now it's making the dragon wroth with the woman, man. So-called white man and his beast system is mad with the woman being Israel, pursuant to Jeremiah 6 and 2. And they're going to be making war with us. And then the coward, rich ones, they're going to be running to the bunkers, saying, let the rocks fall on us, man, that we can be hid before the Lamb comes and gets us. But when this goes down, 300 million, that's just the start. That's just the start. So that's why Esau is already calculating the end of his empire. See, the scriptures say in their mind that their house is going to continue on forever because they figure, well, there's still going to be 40 million of us left over. Those of us, those are the ones who made it out the bunkers, man. Those are the ones who, were spared and prepped up and did whatever. They still think their house is going to continue forever, but they still are knowing the time is of the essence. So he's already calculating and running algorithm models of what's it going to be like when this place gets hit. What's Revelation 18 really going to be like? What's Revelation 17 going to be like? What's, Second Ezra 13? What's it going to be like when this is all over with? Because they know it's over. It says, if the U.S. is attacked with nuclear weapons, an adversary would most likely concentrate all fire on the country's ICBM launch facilities. Any retaliatory attack from the U.S. would come from these silos located in Colorado, Montana, Nebraska, North Dakota, and Wyoming, and taking them out would be an enemy's first priority. So according to this algorithm, they're saying that the first places that are going to be targeted will be where America has its ICBM launch facilities. So Colorado, Montana, Nebraska, North Dakota, Wyoming, they'll be targeted areas by the quote unquote enemies of America when it comes for bombs. They got the Denver airport. They talk about Colorado. I know some of y'all may have seen, some of you may not have seen, but the Denver airport that has the whole mural about the end times, famous mural that's at the Denver airport showing, pretty much the destruction of America and all of that. I got a, let me see. If y'all ain't seen it, some of y'all, I'm sure you have. Yeah, see the buildings on fire. Gas masks because they expect it to be nuclear. They got the communist, outfit on. Notice they still got the eagle on there though. I mean, it could come from within. The sword, Esau living by the sword, man. Look at the brown people though, huddled up. You know, Jay gonna be preserved, but and got the dove over here. See all the mourning people dying, from death. This is a mural. It's at the Denver airport, and then we hear about, you know, oh, Colorado is going to be a targeted area for bombs. So go figure. Go figure. Uh, let's continue. So look at this. Gavin Newsom doubles down on tidying up crime-ridden San Francisco ahead of Xi Jinping visit. This is interesting because if you remember, probably 2 weeks ago, I did DSTM, and they were talking about Gavin Newsom meeting up with Xi Jinping in China, trying to reestablish relations over there. And I said, look at him. They sending him over there to be the golden boy. He can't talk to slow Biden. They're going to try to prop him up to be the next president. If he can go over there and politic, they're going to probably try to get him to go. So now he's opened up the door. Gavin Newsom comes on over. And we know how bad San Francisco is right now. Carjackings at an all-time high, homelessness all-time high, poverty, drug use, the whole nine. San Francisco is a wasteland. But guess what? They got it cleaned up when Moab came over here. See, that's that. Esau don't give a damn about Jake. Jake running around here homeless. They've got billions of dollars to go spend on Ukraine and everything, and weapon systems and everything else. But for the homeless Jake that's laid up on the street, addicted to drugs, what do they say? Oh, we're working on trying to get psychedelic drug use approved. Just stay calm, be prepared, and just wait for the approval. Oh, we already legalized weed for you. Fentanyl, it's all good. We're gonna have some drug zones where you can actually shoot up. We may even supply you with a kit, equipped with needles, a tie up rubber band and everything else for you. Be safe when you get high. That's their answer. Not treatment, not helping. You understand? Let's look at this. Job 24, and let's read verse 7 and 8. It says, they cause the naked to lodge without clothing, that they have no covering in the cold. You're speaking about the so-called white man, how he treats the homeless. Verse 8, it says, they are wet with the showers of the mountains and embrace the rock for want of shelter. See that? You're talking about the homeless population, and the vast majority of them is Israel. Blacks, Hispanic, Native Americans, man, are laid up on these rocks, meaning concrete, asphalt, park benches, getting hit with the rain, tent cities all over the place, lodging without clothing, no covering from the cold. See, and they let San Francisco go wild over there with all manner of crime and evil. But guess what? Moab come on over there, man. They cleaned it up real quick. Let's look at Lamentations 4 and 4. It says, the tongue of the suckling child cleaveth to the roof of his mouth for thirst. The young children ask for bread, and no man breaketh it unto them. So, when you see families standing out on the corners or on the islands on the highways, and standing in front of, gas stations and grocery stores, holding up signs saying, we need food. We need food. And they got the kids out there looking at you in the eyes with, big old teary eyes. People asking for bread, saying, man, ain't nobody giving them no bread. What are they doing over? What's Gavin Newsom doing to help clean up that whole situation up there? Nothing, right? Look at verse 5 though. This is what's so cold. It says, "They that did feed delicately are desolate in the streets. They that were brought up in scarlet embrace dunghills." You know, this was what happened to the children of Israel, man. We was, 40 years of peace under Solomon. The earth was created for our sakes. Deuteronomy 7-6, Deuteronomy chapter 28, 1 through 14. All of the blessings that we would have. When it says that the they that feed delicately, meaning we used to eat good, we used to have the top choice of everything that we wanted. It says now we're out here desolate, we're all over the place in the streets. And it says they that were brought up in scarlet embrace dunghills. You can read Ezekiel 16. The Most High gives a whole breakdown of everything that he did for us. He said, man, he brought us out of nothing, cleaned us up, put a chain on us, and did all kind of greatness for us. And then we turned our back and committed sin and evil and wickedness, man, and was disloyal to him, and we had to face the consequences of being cursed. So this is what happens. Now you put it in the hand to the so-called white man. That's why the scriptures even say, man, let favor be shown to the wicked, yet he will not learn righteousness. Yet he will not learn righteousness. Let's look at that in Isaiah. 26 and 10. See this? It says, let favor be showed to the wicked, yet he will not learn righteousness. See, the Most High is fair. Most High said, man, I even give the so-called white man, so I'll give him a chance. I'll give the heathen a chance. They got favor right now. The earth's been given into the hand of the wicked. He's got every opportunity to do right by the Most High. Reinstill the children of Israel back to their rightful place. Instill the law, statutes, and commandments of the Most High. Disband any false ideologies, religions, denominations. That all has to go. Sodomites get put to death on the spot. Like, was he going to do that? No. Because he don't want to learn righteousness, man. He wants to learn the ways of his own heart and his own mind. He believes he is a God, right? It says in the land of uprightness, he will deal unjustly and will not behold the majesty of Yahweh. So he's not going to give the Most High any credit. So when we see this type of activity going on, this is prime example. He's got an opportunity to do right, clean up San Francisco, man, take care of the whole homeless population, the crime situation, all that. I mean, they just had a situation, I think it was last month. Edomite coming home to his little $1 million home. It's on camera, Zoom. I mean, not Zoom. What do you call it? Ring camera. He's going to the crib. He just pulled into his house. Some of y'all might have seen it. His gate closes, goes to the front door. Some cats run up behind him with the gun. He turns around, smartly throws a hot tea or hot coffee, and it hits the guys on his arm. The guy take off running. The Edomite strap. He pulls out his gun, starts firing. Do you know that the state of California took his license to carry permit from him? Basically saying he was wrong for even acting in defense of his home and his household. They want this place to go down in flames, man. They're saying, man, he should have just went ahead and possibly got shot. His house robbed, wife killed or raped, 5-month-old baby put to death. They said, man, better you do that than to try to defend your home. So we're going to go ahead and take your permit from him. And I'm not saying that in defense of the Edomite. Who gives a dang about the Edomite? But what I'm talking about is, for those of us who's in this state, know that they are trying to burn this thing to the ground, man, so that they can come back with an imposing new world order. Some of these states, like California, New York, Chicago, are going to be the petri dishes for the rest of the country, the states in the country, man. So when they let all hell break loose, it's planned. You know what they call it? A Hegelian dialectic. We talked about that before. Problem, reaction, solution. They create the problem, they incite a reaction, then they come back with the solution. So here we go. They took the Edomites, they took his life, and it's already hard as hell to get a concealed carry permit in California. I believe he only got it because he's an entrepreneur and owns a business. It's a little easier for them to have one, or they got loopholes because you're a business owner and you got to protect your business and all that. I'm pretty sure that's how he got his. But I mean, if you're not private security and going through all the training or a business owner, you ain't got the average Joe Schmo. You not getting no damn concealed carry permit in California, and that's an Edomite. So imagine what they're gonna do to some Negro man that pulls out and shoots some cats, man. He didn't hit him, but imagine if a Jake did that, man. He getting arrested for murder, and they taking his gun from him. This is all backwards, man. All backwards. Now I gotta get one more precept on that. See, Isaiah 10:1, it says, woe unto them that decree unrighteous decrees and that write grievousness which they have prescribed, to turn aside the needy from judgment and to take away the right from the poor of my people, that widows may be their prey and that they may rob the fatherless. That's the MO of the so-called white man. He writes all these unrighteous decrees, these illegitimate laws, and then you sit back and get judged by these unrighteous decrees. So yeah, that's what. When you see this, Gavin Newsom doubles down. So people called him on it. Yeah, subsequently, absolutely, kind. That's why they're able to have him. See, people got at him about it, and he doubled down on it and was like, "What? Look what he said. If people come over to the house, you're gonna clean it." It's Esau for you, man. Gavin Newsom doubles down on tidying up crime-ridden San Francisco ahead of Xi Jinping's visit, while Czech journalists in city to cover APEC are robbed at gunpoint. Did you hear that? And that was another thing. I didn't even put that in it. They had some people from Czechoslovakia, some journalists that was over here to cover the Asian Pacific Economic Cooperation, that APEC meeting that they had, and they got robbed in San Francisco. And what's he say? If you have people over, you're going to clean the house. So then what happens after the people leave? But everything goes back to crap again. This is how they think. Let's continue. Look, Biden urged to meet the homeless in San Francisco as advocate compares APEC cleanup to rearranging deck chairs on the Titanic. I mean, if people don't realize, man, Esau does not care about you. The so-called white man does not care about you, man. So don't ever put in your mind, oh man, no, he loves me. Look what he did. He gave me EBT. He gave me crystal stairs and WIC, SNAP. Hey man, I think affirmative action was a good thing. Look what he did for us. Come on, man, knock it off. Look at Job 20:10. It says, his children shall seek to please the poor, and his hands shall restore their goods. The Most High is going to make him. White guilt is going to kick in on some of them. That's why you see some of them running out here being so-called philanthropists, donating to the black cause. Really, which it ain't. Tell one of them damn philanthropists, man, you love black people so much, man. Give it to the Israelites. Give that money to us, man. Let us do what we need to do, man, and continue doing the work, gathering the lost sheep, sealing the elect, and getting the hell up out of here, man. Have a transfer of power. Well, you think they'll give us the money? No. They'll give it to some dykes, man, running Black Lives Matter. Yeah, sure. They'll donate some backpacks for the kids. They'll donate some turkeys for a rapper to go give out. You understand? I mean, enough with the damn turkey and chicken. How much more of a stereotype can you slap on us? Oh yeah, give them niggas some turkeys, man. Rappers running through, they go buy the turkeys. Still promoting Thanksgiving, keeping our people lost and confused. So don't get it twisted, man. Don't think, oh, he loves me. Look, they're finally cleaning up the city. They said, yeah, that's till Moab leaves. After that, man, we gotta go right back to everything as planned. Jeremiah 15:11 says, the Most High said, verily it shall be well with thy remnant. Verily I will cause the enemy to entreat thee well in the time of evil and in the time of affliction. See, the Most High is gonna make sure that we're taken care of, man, once we're doing what we need to do. But don't look at it like, oh man, the white man did it. No. If you got any sustainability that came from by the means of the heathen, the Most High put it on their spirit, man, to do that for you. You always give all praise on the glory to Him. Don't get your mind twisted, man. Oh man, some of them are cool. The Most High laid it down. He said, never trust thy enemy. Sirach 12:10. He said, man, I'm the one who's going to make him and treat you well in your time of evil and affliction. You still don't trust him. You know, they say trust but verify. Man, it's been verified, man. The Most High said, lest there be any fornicator or profane person as Esau. That's verification, man. That's it. You ain't got to worry about it. Trying to figure out, man, there's got to be one needle in the haystack, man. That's good. No. It's over with. It'll be okay. And if the Most High moves on them to do something good, it's because the Most High did it. Thus saith the Lord. So they're over here begging Slow Biden, man, to do something about the homelessness going on in San Francisco, man. Slow Biden jumped on the first thing smoking up out of there, man. It's like asking Slow Biden to come down to Skid Row and take a look at the dark side, the underbelly of America, man. See what you can do about it. Slow Biden ain't stepping foot in no damn Skid Row. Please. President Slow Biden has been urged to meet San Francisco's homeless and see the city's squalor firsthand as advocates tear into the APEC conference cleanup in the streets. San Francisco's facelift for the summit has involved relocating members of the city's burgeoning homeless population to shelters without providing additional beds in what one advocate compared to rearranging decks on the chairs on the Titanic. The city, with world-class cuisine, glorious views, and an estimated 20,000 people in need of shelter annually, has been sprucing up in advance for a summit that will bring Asia-Pacific leaders, including China's Xi Jinping. See, if it's about the money, if it's about advancement, if it's about networking and politicking, they can clean up some stuff, but it's not because he cares about you niggas in spigs laying down on the concrete. That ain't it, right? You notice Gavin Newsom said, man, you got company over, you clean up. That means you're used to living in your home is normally jacked up. So he basically said, once the company goes, man, we can go back to jacking everything up again. Dirty dishes, trash all over the place, man, dust everywhere. You understand what I'm saying? Toilet never flushed. That's what he's talking about. Now, let's look at this. The topic at hand. Slow Biden meets with Xi Jinping in San Francisco. U.S. and Chinese leaders shake hands at Filoli luxury estate for crunch talks on Taiwan, fentanyl, and climate change to try and repair spiraling tensions. So, to summarize, there's no change on what happens with Taiwan, right? China says, listen, we want Taiwan back within the one China policy. We'd like to do it peacefully, but eventually something's got to give. So there's no changes on their plans on either by hook or by crook, by force or by politicking. Taiwan, they want Taiwan back within the geographic circumference or the inclusion of them being part of China again. America said they stand behind the one China policy. But because Taiwan's got, so much access to the imports that America needs. America stands behind Taiwan saying, hold on, you can't cut off our little lifeline. Maybe y'all can work it out. So that part, which is involving war, no changes on that. So what did that shake and smiling lead up to when it comes down to the real issues of war? Nothing, right? Because look, either way, even if there was some progress in saying, "Oh, that was great, they met," the Most High still said in 2nd Ezra 15, we read this a bunch of times. It does not matter. Moab is in trouble either way because they rely on the so-called white man. They want to be like the so-called white man. They want to be like America. See? 2nd Ezra 15:46, and thou, Asia, that art partaker of the hope of Babylon and art the glory of her person. So this is why China thinks they got next. China wants to be like America. They want to be the new embodiment of Babylon. It says, woe be unto thee. They're going to be destroyed. Thou wretch, because thou hast made thyself like unto her and hast decked thy daughters in whoredom, that they might please and glory in thy lovers, which have always desired to commit whoredom with thee. See, they want to be the next whore. They want to be the next harlot, right? See, so when they come over here and they meet with America, man, it's only fulfilling what the Most High said. They want to be in the glory of America. They come over here, man, they're politicking, they trying to tell Slow Biden, yeah, we're good. He's going to go back and talk to his good old friend. He called Slow Biden his old friend. And then he calls Putin his dear friend. Big difference in words, right? Look, it says, thou hast followed her that is hated in all her works and inventions. Therefore saith the Most High, I will send plagues upon thee, widowhood, poverty, famine, sword, pestilence, to waste thy houses with destruction and death. They're going to be involved in war and destruction. So even if this was something that it turns out, okay, they made good with America. What do you think that's going to do for Xi Jinping and his relationships with Russia and the rest of the BRIC nations and the economy that they got lined up in it? They'll look at China like a traitor. That would put them in under the microscope and the line of fire. Everything they're building up, from the BRICS economy to their relationships with Russia, their stances on Israel, their stances on Ukraine, their stance between the relationships between America and Russia. You think they put it all on the line so that they can, come on over here, man, and smile in Slow Biden's face? And Slow Biden is out of here in less than 12 months. They're not fully invested in their relationship with Slow Biden, please. So again, there was no headway made on the Taiwan talk. Fentanyl. So they want to talk drug dealing. All right. Basically, Slow Biden said, man, listen, we got to regulate, man, how much that fentanyl is coming up in here. We're dying over here, overdosing. We know you're running it through the cartels over there, man. We clean that up, could you? Xi Jinping said, yeah, we'll try to figure it out. But right now, we'll see what we can do. And climate change, right? So let's knock it off, man. Don't think that meeting was some big deal that's gonna all of a sudden, change the landscape of what's gonna be happening in the earth. No, it's not. Okay, let's look. Here's another big reason why. After all of that, right? This is why I love Slow Biden. After the meeting, what Slow Biden do? No, Joe, no. The moment Anthony Blinken winces and shakes his head when Biden calls Xi a dictator at San Francisco press conference after 4 hours of high-stake talks. Soon as he's done talking to Moab, man, he runs right out and then starts talking ish about it behind his back. That's good old Slow Biden, man. So any hopes of quote-unquote peace talks and all that other stuff thrown out the window because Slow Biden self-sabotaged the whole thing by talking crap on record about Xi Jinping right after. So let's look at it. Sirach 19:16 says, "There is one that slippeth in his speech, but not from his heart." So slow Biden, man, he may have, oops, I didn't mean to say that. Anthony Blinken, you should have seen the video. He's shaking his head like, oh, damn, there you go. Come on, Joe. You understand? He done slipped in his speech. He said, but not from his heart. Because what's he really feel like, man? I'm not bowing down to these goops. I'm not bowing down to Xi Jinping, man. This guy's a dictator. I'm out here reading from this teleprompter, and then next thing you know, he, oops, slips out. The reporters caught him slipping. They set him up clean. They told man Joe after he met with Xi Jinping, man, he still feel like he's a dictator. He said, yeah, he is. So there you go. Slow Biden, man. That's why I said, man, re-elect him. Go tell your co-workers and all that, man. Hey, get Slow Biden back in. You, me, we don't vote. You tell the heathen and everybody else at your jobs and your whoever. Tell them, man, vote Slow Biden back in, because that's gonna really spell doom for America. Look at this. Sirach 9:18 says, "A man of an ill tongue is dangerous in this city, and he that is rash in his talk shall be hated." This is why everybody hates Slow Biden, man. He's falling up the stairs. He's running around getting lost on stage, man. He's running into polls. He's talking crazy about, you just had a big meeting, breakthrough meeting with one of your arch nemesis, hoping to gain some grounds on some peace talks and cutting down the drug dealing and warfare with Taiwan, everything else, man. After that, you come right back out and start talking ish about him again. Dangerous. So he's as rash in his talk is going to be hated. So, that's what happens, man. Slow Biden don't know what he's doing. But that's why we need him in office. All right, so let's continue. Look, China issues a furious rebuke after Biden again branded President Xi a dictator hours after the pair held clear the air talks. Beijing blast comments wrong, irresponsible, and manipulation. So all of that 4-hour talk, however long it takes to fly from China to San Francisco, all that was a waste of time. Waste of time. Slow Biden said he called him a dictator like in June, and China was hot at that. So now Xi Jinping come up and said, "Hey, say it to my face." Slow Biden said, "No, we good. We good, Xi. Come on in, have a seat, man. Want some fried rice? You you want Beijing beef? You need some chow mein? What do you want? We got it all for you, man. Have a seat. Let's talk." After all the talking, man, they shake hands, everything's great. He leaves up out of there. Boom. Slow Biden start talking ish again. China has issued a damning reply to U.S. President Joe Biden. Slow Biden. Slow Biden's comments that he still considers President Xi Jinping a dictator just hours after the pair held clear the air talks in California. China's foreign ministry said it, quote, strongly opposes the wrong and irresponsible remarks. Biden said Wednesday he's a dictator in the sense that he's a guy who runs a country that is a communist country that's based on a form of government totally different than ours. Slow Biden try to clean it up. Can't do that. Too late. Rash mouth, man. Got you hated again. Here goes the pick and roll. See, Slow Biden's out here running. He's going to try to lead the charge. He's going to try to hand it off to Gavin Newsom, or select Gavin Newsom as his VP. He'll get rid of Kamala, get rid of her. I mean, has anybody seen her lately? I mean, the whole world's going to hell in the handbasket, blowing up in our faces, and she's nowhere to be found. Anybody seen her lately? Where she's laughing somewhere, I'm sure. But we ain't seen her. Gavin Newsom as president, Joe has no doubt. Oh, what? Gavin Newsom as president, Joe has no doubt. Biden kisses Gwen Stefani and says California governor could have the job I'm looking for. And biggest hint at a yet Apex Summit welcome party. If Gavin Newsom Gavin Newsom becomes president, oh, it's really going down. You can fast track the New World Order in starting 2024 on up. He's with the climate change madness. He's with the ban on electric cars. He's against guns. He's a hypocrite. I mean, he was with all of the lockdowns when the pandemic was kicking in. Uh, I mean, the list goes on and on. So he gets in there. Psh, it's a rizzle, man. It is a wrap. Let's continue on though. So I just want to throw that out there because when I seen he went over there and met with Xi Jinping and met with China, I'm saying he's a governor, man. What are they sending him over there for? They were saying, oh, he usually goes over there as part of his routine. No, not in this climate. Not what was going on right there. Not what they were discussing. And they said, oh, his meeting went well. He, made headway with Moab. And next you know, Moab's coming over here. They sitting down talking to Slow Biden in Newsom's home in San Francisco. Now he's the governor of the capital of California, Sacramento, which is only give or take 2 hours. Not the only thing is that long, maybe about an hour and a half or something like that. San Francisco to Sacramento. But nonetheless, he set in charge, man, to clean up San Francisco. He ain't do it. Slow Biden ain't do it. But we see Slow Biden is endorsing him. And if this demon gets up in there, man, it's over. Look at these Edomites, man. We cry out to you. Watch GOP Speaker Mike Johnson. Mike Johnson, this is the guy who just took over for the Speaker of the House for Kevin McCarthy, who got booted up out of there, right? He just, saved them another, I think, what is it, 2 or 3 months on the budget. Mike Johnson, come tomorrow. That was the deadline to get the government budget approved. Otherwise, there was going to be a government shutdown. I think early in the week he got it approved until January. They got another little temporary they got a payday loan, till January, and part of it is till February. But this guy is out here trying to pray to the Most High to stop the judgment. That's what's so funny. It's how you know, man. Esau knows his time is up, man. Look at this. We cry out to you. Watch GOP Speaker Mike Johnson pray to forestall God's judgment after anti-gay depraved America rant. So this guy's been on record, man, being anti-gay, a Trump supporter, all kind of other stuff going on, man. A cold little conservative, right? And he's out there praying to the Most High, man. Stop you. Please don't judge us. Please don't judge America. Esau's too funny, man. Well, let me answer Mike Johnson first, okay? Let me answer Mike Johnson first. First of all, Proverbs 28:9 says, "He that turneth away his ear from hearing the law, even his prayer shall be an abomination." So, Mike Johnson, you're not teaching the law. Is Mike Johnson? I'm calling Mike Johnson. Is it Mike Johnson? It is Mike Johnson. First of all, you're not keeping the laws. You're not promoting the laws of the Most High. You're not promoting, giving any understanding who the children of the Lord are, the true children, the chosen people. You ain't doing none of the above. So your prayer is considered an abomination. Okay. Sometimes, our people get sensitive with that, man. Christians, after they've been cut or they, get all sensitive about, hearing the word raw and uncut, they're going to say, I'm going to pray for you. I'm going to pray for you. And I'm quick to tell them, man, don't do that. Don't pray for me. Don't pray for me unless you're going to keep the laws of the Most High. Because the Most High told us that if you're not keeping the laws, your prayers will be detestable in the eyes of the Most High. All right, so Mike Johnson, man, you're praying for the Most High to, pause on judging America. No, too late. Too late. Psalms 50:16 says, "But unto the wicked, the Most High saith, What hast thou to do to declare my statutes, or that thou shouldest take my covenant in thy mouth?" You understand? Most High ain't trying to hear that. Seeing thou hatest instruction and castest my words behind thee. You see, the Most High said unto the wicked, "Well, what do you have to do to declare the statutes of the Most High?" Mike Johnson running around here talking about, man, can you forestall the God's judgment? Meaning, can you hold off on the judgment, Lord? Can you slow down on it? No. Republican Speaker of the House Mike Johnson prayed for God to give America some more time, seconds after ranting about depraved America in an anti-gay rant. You see that? Johnson was elected Speaker of the House after 23 days of chaos, and despite a record of supporting ex-President Donald Trump's attempt to overthrow the 2020 election, as well as a disturbing history of anti-gay rhetoric and action, in one of several moments flagged in report by Rolling Stone's Tim Dickinson that's getting a lot of attention, Johnson ranted on a World Prayer Network Zoom call about a time of judgment for our country, which he called dark and depraved, and cited an increasing in young people who identify as something other than straight. So, here's a prime example, man. Edomite man knows time is of the essence. He knows America's going to judge this place. And he knows. Oh, hold on, y'all. My bad. I lost my place. He's out here crying out to the Most High. The Most High ain't listening to that fool at all. Let's look at. You know what? No, hold on. Let me see. Revelation 21. This guy's a complete no. Shalak. This guy's a complete joke. But it's very interesting that Esau knows that America is going to be judged by the Most High, is going to be destroyed. Jeremiah 7. We're going to read 4. Let's read 4 down to 7. It says, "Trust ye not in lying words, saying the temple of the Lord, or the temple of Yahweh. The temple of Yahweh are these." Now watch this. "For if you thoroughly amend your ways and your doings, if you thoroughly execute judgment between a man and his neighbor." Now, this is for Israel to receive a reprieve and forgiveness of sins from the Most High. This is what we have to do. Because notice it says, "Trust ye not in lying words, saying the temple of Yahweh." The temple of Yahweh. Well, who is the temple of the Most High? Before we go back, you know what? Let me open up one more. Who is the temple? Revelation 21:3 says, "And I heard a great voice out of heaven saying, Behold, the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, and he will dwell with them, and they shall be his people, and the Most High shall be with them and be their power." Now, who is he talking about? He said the tabernacle of the Most High is with men, right? And who are these men? Verse 12. "And had a wall great and high, and had 12 gates, and at the gates 12 angels, and names written thereon, which are the names of the 12 tribes of the children of Israel." So the tabernacle of the Most High is representative of the 12 tribes of Israel, the men of the Lord. And if we are to receive a reprieve, look, Psalms 114 verse 2, it says, "Judah was his sanctuary, and Israel his dominion." Now, if we go back to Jeremiah, it says, verse 4, "Trust ye not in lying words, saying, the temple of Yahweh, the temple of Yahweh, the temple of Yahweh are these." So, addressing the temple of the Most High, it said, don't trust in lying words. The temple of the Most High must do these things in order to be given a reprieve of the Lord. "For if ye thoroughly amend your ways and your doings, if ye thoroughly execute judgment between man and his neighbor." Is Mike Johnson going to do that? Is America going to do that? Are they going to right their wrongs? No. I mean, they can't even say with a straight face the issue of quote unquote reparations, even though we know they ain't going to need it. I mean, we're not going to need it. We don't need the money. We want everything. See, he can't even do that. If you thoroughly amend your ways and you're doing it. So if this is the standard for Israel, what the hell do you think Mike Johnson and the rest of his conservative Edomite cohorts got to do on behalf of America? They ain't gonna do none of this. Look, if ye oppress not the stranger, they continually still oppress us. The fatherless and the widow. I mean, look, take away the law that says, man, a woman can't have Section 8 or affordable housing if there's a man in the house. You gonna take that away? No, they ain't gonna take that away. The fatherless and the widow, and shed not innocent blood in this place, neither walk after other gods to your hurt. This is all what the Most High requires for us to do right and to receive his forgiveness. Neither walk after other gods to your hurt. So-called white man walks in his own ways. He believes he is God. He believes in his money, politics, lies, and oppression. Verse 7. Then will I cause you to dwell in this place in the land that I gave to your fathers forever and ever. All right. So, Mike Johnson, man, your prayers are going unanswered. And, at the end of the day, it's very interesting that some of these Edomites know judgment is coming of the Most High. Look at these heathens, man. Lawmakers almost came to physical blows at the Capitol twice. I mean, this is where you see the folly of the so-called white man. Watch this.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on. Oh, stop it.
Is that your solution?
Look, this is at a public hearing amongst I think the guy is a union rep with a senator. They're getting ready to scrap in the midst of a political town hall. Now, if that ain't some stuff, if the Most High tells us, man, Mark 3. Mark 3, 24 down. It says, and if a kingdom be divided against itself, that kingdom cannot stand. And if a house be divided against itself, that house cannot stand. If Satan rise up against himself and be divided, he cannot stand but have an end. That's just one precept, man, to watch these maniacs. Watch this.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on. Oh, stop it.
Is that your solution?
Hold on. No, sit down. Eric, sit down. Okay. You're United.
Tweeted at me 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times. So
They beefing up for tweets. They acting just like the same, ignorant Negroes running around here gangbanging and tweeting and sending threatening DMs and sharing locations on Instagram. These fools are sitting up here in whole council meetings, political council meetings, getting ready to fight over Twitter. Look at it.
Let me read what the last one said. It said, greedy CEO who pretends like he's self-made. Pretends like he's self-made. What a clown. Fraud. Always has been, always will be. Quit the tough guy act in these Senate hearings. You know where to find me. Any place, anytime, cowboy. Sir, this is a time, this is a place. If you want to run your mouth, we can be two consenting adults. We can finish it here.
Okay, that's fine. Perfect.
You want to do it now?
I'd love to do it right now.
Well, stand your butt up then.
You stand your butt up.
Oh, hold on. Oh, stop it.
Is that your solution?
Hold on. No, sit down. Eric, sit down. Okay. You're a United States Senator. Sit down.
Active.
Oh, okay.
Sit down, please.
All right.
Can I respond? Mr.
Hold it. If we can, no, I am.
This is the future of America, man. Completely divided. They're all jacked up, man. They want to fight each other. Bernie Sanders' old ass can barely get order in the court. This thing is over with, man. America's a straight joke.
I'm sorry.
This is
Hold
what
it.
he said.
You'll have your time.
Okay.
Can I respond?
Oh, no, you can't. This is a hearing. And God knows the American people have enough of contempt for Congress. Let's not
I don't
make
like
it worse.
thugs and bullies. And that's
you
what-
And I
have,
don't like you because you
Hold
just
it.
tried.
There's a whole congressional hearing, man, and they can't get no order going on. Bernie Sanders hitting the damn gavel every minute. Nobody's listening to his old ass. They going at it. Let them two scrap it out, man. That's the future of America. It's divided. It can't stand. It's gonna fall. It's over with.
Tried yourself.
hold it.
I was-
Hold it.
You challenged me to a cage match,
No,
acting like a
sir.
12-year-old schoolyard bully.
Excuse me.
Hold on.
Hold it. No, excuse me.
I will say-
we're not here to talk about physical abuse.
You brought.
We're not
him
talking
in.
about. Of course.
And let me show you his hearing because I want to expose this thug to who he is. And
If you don't point at me, that's disrespectful.
I don't care about respecting you at all. I
don't
people
respect you at all.
respect. So
All right, hold it.
let me
Hold it. No,
You're one of
Yeah,
the
hold
100
it.
of the most
Hold
elite
it,
people
please.
active.
please. All right. This is a. Excuse me.
Mhm.
This is
I
a.
mean, Esau's a joke, man. Big time joke. So he's divided. He's all jacked up. They're fighting in congressional hearings. Bernie Sanders can't get control of what's going on. And imagine this guy wanted to be president at one point in time. He could barely control what's going on in a congressional hearing. Imagine when it goes on to the big war rooms with World War III jumping off. What's he gonna do? Straight joke.
You want to do it now?
Let's move on. Okay. Earthquakes in diverse places. Check this out. Time's finally up. Iceland's impending volcanic blast marks the start of centuries of eruptions as one region is hit by 1,100 new quakes that have split houses apart and created gaping chasms. You know, we know Yahweh Shai even said, man, there's going to be earthquakes in diverse places, man. Iceland. I mean, if you've seen the pictures of this thing, whole streets cracked open, houses completely demolished. The next threat is if a quake hits big enough, it can trigger this volcano, which could wipe out vast parts of Iceland. Right? Look, Iceland's looming volcano blast is just the beginning of a new era of volcanic eruptions that will last for centuries. With the buildup of magma beneath the coastal town of Grindavik, signaling that more is to come, scientists have warned. The Fragdaspilgjal volcano on the Reykjanes Peninsula is threatening to erupt, with Iceland's Met Office saying that the likelihood of a volcanic eruption is high and could happen at any time in the coming days. After 800 years of inactivity, a 2021 eruption marked the start of a new cycle of volcanic activity, and now Cambridge volcanologist Clive Oppenheimer says that the blast may have kicked off a new eruptive phase, which could last centuries. So look at this. After 800 years of inactivity, boom, here comes an earthquake in a diverse place, 1,100 of them, and it's getting ready to trigger possibly a volcanic eruption that could cause centuries worth of damage. Look, Iceland is on the edge, waiting for a volcanic eruption amid fears. River of lava could hit power plant after giant crack tears through the town. Thousands are evacuated and over 700 more earthquakes since yesterday, with unholy sounds coming from the earth. So imagine that. Let's continue. Look at it. Powerful 6.9 magnitude earthquake hits Mindanao in the Philippines. That was just earlier today. 6.9 is no joke. That's damn near 7.0. Hit the Philippines. So you talk diverse places from Iceland to the Philippines. All this week. And I'm sure there was more. Right? Everything's going according to plan. Drought leaves the Midwest towns drier than a dust bowl. I mean, America is still experiencing vast drought. Oops, my bad. America is still experiencing vast droughts. Dang, I had a different report too. Where they was talking about the water in wow, I can't remember. But they were damn, I think it was somewhere either in South or Central America. They were talking about how it might have been down in I want to say South America because of the drought with the Panama Canal. They were talking about the water sources that were drying up and them possibly having to start rationing water in the near future. Let me see if I can find that real quick. Panama Canal drought hits new crisis level. Yeah, yeah. I saw the report. I can't. I should have kept it, but I didn't. But there's definitely reports out there, man, that water rationing is coming to various countries in the very near future. Let's look at that in Jeremiah. Jeremiah 50 and verse 38 says, "A drought is upon her waters, and they shall be dried up, for it is the land of graven images, and they are mad upon their idols." So this is talking about modern day Babylon, man. The land is full of graven images, mad upon their idols. I mean, they've got a show called American Idol. I don't know if it's still on TV, but they damn sure. If you said there was an earthquake in Illinois, well, there you go, 3.5. I mean, we're talking diverse places. You can look. We can look up how many earthquakes just this week. Let's look today. I mean, there's always some things getting hit, rocking and rolling. Oh no, that's old. Let's look at U.S. earthquake.gov. You see this? Y'all can always look this up. Earthquake.usgs.gov. This site always tracks earthquakes. So you got one here at the look like 3.0. 3.0 near Baja, Mexico, look like. You got Texas, 2.6 in Midland, Texas, 2.5 Folsom, Texas, 2.7 Panhandle, Texas. This is all within the last few, minutes. This is just worldwide today. All over. So that's pretty evident, right? Earthquakes in diverse places. Right now we're talking about drought too. The land where the graven images are mad upon their idols is going to be a drought here, right? So we've seen the information about the Colorado River drying up, causing a drought, causing water issues for Arizona, Colorado, California. We got bailed out a little bit because we got that good rain earlier this year. Matter of fact, I think they say it's supposed to rain tomorrow out here. Anytime we get some rain, man, it's a blessing from the Most High. Let's read Psalms 104. We'll read 33. It says, "He turneth." Let's Let's start at verse 31. Older men would praise the Most High, Yahweh, for his goodness and for his wonderful works to the children of men. Let them exalt him also in the congregation of the people and praise him in the assembly of the elders. He turneth rivers into a wilderness and the water springs into dry ground, a fruitful land into barrenness for the wickedness of them that dwell therein. So when we see in famine and drought, When you see the little Ethiopian babies and all that, eating flies and belly swelled up and looking all dusty, the Most High did that. When you see the America getting hit with the famine and the dearth because of the dryness and the drought, it's the Most High. He said He turns the rivers into wilderness and water springs into dry ground. You understand? So that's what we're dealing with. They're talking about drought leaves Midwest towns drier than a dust bowl. So the Midwest is experiencing extreme drought right now. The West Coast is still experiencing drought right now. So when we read earlier about in Revelation 6 about famine impacting, because look, if you don't have the water, you don't have the resources for not only drinking, but also the supply for your livestock. Everything suffers, right? You forget about fishing. You can forget about water resources for not only for hygiene, but for drinking, for sterilization. Your livestock don't have nothing to drink. It all compacts all the issues, right? Let's continue. Look at this. Bear with me. Bear with Slow Biden, man. This is gonna be about 2-3 minute video, but it's important because you're gonna see what he's talking about.
Freedom, personal freedom, is fundamental to who we are as Americans. There's nothing.
I know. Try to hold back your vomit. I'm about to throw up too. Try to hold it back. Hold it down. Hold it down. Don't let them do that to you. But just hear him out.
Nothing more important, nothing more sacred. That's been the work of my first term, to fight for our democracy. This shouldn't be a red revolution. To protect our rights, to make sure that everyone in this country is treated equally and that everyone is given a fair shot at making it. But around the country, MAGA extremists are lining up to take on those bedrock freedoms, cutting Social Security that you paid for your entire life while cutting taxes for the very wealthy, dictating what healthcare decisions women can make, banning books, and telling people who they can love, all while making it more difficult for you to be able to vote. When I ran for president 4 years ago, I said we're in a battle for the soul of America, and we still.
He's battling for the soul of America 4 years ago, and he's still on the mission. You heard everything that he said he was going to stand for. You can't believe you're banning books. You can't believe that you're talking about who you can love and all this other stuff and freedom for everybody. And, the pot of rainbow, man, everybody gets a little piece of the pie. He's on a mission to make sure everybody gets some. Let's see if he's on point with his vision.
Still are. The question we're facing is whether in the years ahead we have more freedom or less freedom, more rights or fewer. I know what I want the answer to be, and I think you do too.
More freedom, right? The last, 3 years? How much freedom did you have? Didn't it have something called lockdowns? Mandatory something on your face? Mandatory get this or you could lose your job? Mandatory shutdowns. Remember essential, non-essential freedom? What? Oh, okay. You want to talk about freedom? How about the 94 crime bill? You want to talk about letting out some of them, letting some of the people out, man, that you laid down the harshest crime bill on black folks and Hispanics in 94? That type of freedom, Slow Biden? That's what you talking about? Okay.
This is not a time to be complacent. That's why I'm running for re-election.
Uh-oh. If he's on record, he's doubling back. Let me let him finish.
Because I know America. I know we're good and decent people. I know we're still a country that believes in honesty and respect and treating each other with dignity. That we're a nation where we give hate no safe harbor. We believe that everyone is equal, that everyone should be given a fair shot to succeed in this country.
Thank you for choosing us.
Every generation of Americans that face the moment when they have to defend democracy. Stand up for our personal freedom. Stand up for the right to vote and our civil rights.
Stand up. Nobody's failed more than him. What's he talking about? Stand up. I mean, he could barely. All right, let me. I know. Let me let him get through it. I gotta speed him up though, because he's.
So if you're with me, go to joebiden.com and sign up. Let's finish this job. I know we can, because this is the.
All right, that's enough for him. Let's finish this job. I know we can. Go to joebiden.not. Really. But listen, I'm going on record. I'd love to see slow Biden again 2024 because that will fast track the downfall of America. Him for another 4 years. He's done a splendid job so far. Let him finish the job, as he says. But you hear everything that he's talking about, right? In all seriousness, you see everything he's talking about. Bidenomics is working to a T. I mean, inflation has never looked more better. High gas prices, food costs, energy costs. Oh, everything's been so great under slow Biden, man. Homelessness is out of control. Let's talk about layoffs, unemployment, businesses closing. Everything's been great under him, man. And he says, let's finish the job. Let's see how good a job he's done. Oh, look at this. 86 of Americans admit they were worse off under Biden. And he says he wants to finish the job. You got 86% of Americans admitting they have been worse off under slow Biden. And he's not done yet. He's saying, give me another 4 years. I want to make it 100%. That everybody's affected by my policies, by my buffoonery. You dig what I'm saying? Look, it says it took a few years for people to admit the truth. Life in America has drastically downgraded under Biden. Inflation has surged to 40-year highs under Biden. The U.S. trade deficit has increased by 24.6%. Public debt has increased 22.5%. As most Americans rely on credit for basic necessities. Home prices have increased well over 30%. Gas has doubled. CPI general spiked 17.1% in Biden's first 32 months. 32 months. That's 2 years and what, 6 months? 2.5 years. All of that went down. And he's talking about he wants to finish the job. I do not believe the inflation statistics produced by the government agencies for the moment. Simply look around and you can see that we pay more for absolutely everything. You know, they just put out earlier this week that the CPI and the inflation numbers, everything is almost coming back to normal. It's at 3.7%. They want to get it to 2%. I can't tell. $150, $200 still going to only get you like two bags of groceries. California, we're still looking at $5 a gallon, $5 gallons of gas. What are you talking about? Inflation is great. I mean, home prices for interest rates is at 7% right now. It used to be like 3%. New buyers, no, 7-8%. That's if you got A1 credit and you're ready to put down 20%. What? Everything's great. Now somebody's lying. But now 86% of the people saying, "Oh, slow Biden really got me. We thought anything but Trump, anything but give it what? Oh, okay. You put Trump in there, man. He'll definitely push the panic button, man. We'll definitely be at war. Things should be going down, man. Either one of them demons, let one of them, man. Because that'll be it. Or Gavin Newsom, man, but that dude, he's gonna be really bad news. But we're gonna see. We're gonna see. Look, this is on the slow Biden. 5 sought for stealing meat from a refrigerated truck in South Philadelphia. I mean, when people are resorting to stealing meat, you know it's bad. I seen videos of people stealing packages off of Amazon trucks, UPS trucks, running up, snatching packages out of Amazon delivery drivers' hands as they're, getting ready to leave it at somebody's doorstep. People don't even know what's in these packages, man. They just taking a gamble that hopefully they can make some money up off of it. This is how bad it is. I told y'all I seen a video, man, of a sister. She's out here, walked out the grocery store with 2 carts. It might have been one. I don't want to exaggerate, but I know it was one shopping cart full of meat. And she's throwing it in the trunk. The manager of the store is out here filming her talking. You're like, you crazy. What's wrong with you? And the woman's just like, listen, get the hell out the way. I'm getting ready to take this meat. Obviously, she's not going to eat it all, but she's definitely going to try to make it come up and sell it in the hood. Slanging meat. Was it Walmart? Let me see. Is this the one? This the one.
And caught on video, a woman throwing more than $2,000 worth of meat into the trunk of her car. Temple police say she stole the meat from an H-E-B in the area on Good Friday. Police say an employee tried to stop the woman and her accomplice from leaving. The two, they're still on the run.
Look, Auntie, mama's too damn old to be hijacking meat from the store, man. But look, this is where it's at now. And Slow Biden said he wants to finish the job. Look.
And caught on video, a woman.
There ain't no spring chicken out here, man, battling old girl for the cart and getting some meat. Auntie Irene is over there, man, trying to come up. $2,000 worth of meat.
Throwing more than $2,000 worth of meat into the trunk of her car. Temple police say she stole the meat from an H-E-B in the area on Good Friday. Police say an employee tried to stop the woman and her accomplice from leaving. The two, they're still on the run. Police are hoping this cell phone video will help them make an arrest soon.
And that's under Slow Biden, man. He said he wants to finish the job. He wants to finish the job, man. Unbelievable. So this is where we at, man. People out here stealing meat just to survive, whether they're taking it home to eat or to store away, or they're trying to sell it out on the streets. One way or the other, man, this is where we at. Look, this is some more foolishness. You talking about, how much I say talking about false Christ arising in Matthew 24? Man, look at it. Computer-generated TikTok Jesus promises divine blessings and a potential jackpot for its creator. Now, look at the TikTok views, though. This one got 22.2 million views. 3 million views for this damn fraud. 18,000 over here, 65,000 there, 37,000 there, 29,000. AI Caesar Borgia, modern day Caesars. I mean, unbelievable. Floating around on TikTok, getting millions of views to hear divine blessings and promises from an AI generated fake Christ. The TikTok profile Daily Believer has 70 videos where computer-generated Jesus is looking directly at the viewer, beseeching them to stop scrolling and watch the next minute worth of content. All these Jesuses are long-haired and bearded, recalling artist Warner Salomon's ubiquitous 1940 painting Head of Christ. Some wear the crown of thorns, some look alarmingly like the actor Jared Leto. Nearly all promise a surprise or good news soon in exchange for the viewer liking, commenting, or an amen, or sharing it with their friends and family with this digital outreach. I'm about to throw up, man. Daily Believer has gained, as November 13, 2023, 813,200 followers and over 9.2 million likes. We definitely are in the twilight zone. 813,000. 813,000, man. I mean, this is ridiculous. A friggin' AI Caesar Borgia, and it's getting almost not 850,000 subscribers and 9 million views. It's disgusting, man. Unbelievable. Look at it. Romans 1:25. Who changed the truth of the Most High into a lie and worship and serve the creature more than the Creator who is blessed forever? Amen. The people are out here investing their time in AI, friggin' Caesar Borgia, fake Caesar Borgia, retro Caesars with fake 1 minute one liners about the good news is coming. And people are investing their time in this. Complete madness. Millions of people are investing their time in that. Thinking that it's real. Just looking for a little inspiration. Looking for a little pick me up, man. Some good news. Can you imagine? I damn sure can't. Wisdom of Solomon 14, verse 12 says, For the devising of idols was the beginning of spiritual fornication, and the invention of them, the corruption of life. You know, this cabinet made a whole TikTok idol, false God, false Christ, and people, you got over 800,000 people subscribed, waiting to see the next little minute of lies. Falling in love with the damn AI because they said it looked like a damn actor. Look at this. This is ridiculous. 9.2 million likes. 813,000 followers. And brothers that's out here telling the truth, doing our thing, man. I mean, this is how you know you be hated all, man, for my name's sake, man. If the world loved his own, but yeah, what I say, baby, if the world loves you, if you are the world to love, world will love his own because he doesn't love you, or the world doesn't. You know what? Let me stop butchering it. Let me stop butchering it, man. Let me get to it. Let me stop butchering it. John, I think it's John 15. It says, if the world hate you, ye know that it hated me before it hated you. Look, I'm getting a couple hundred views, if that, on DSTM. This fake Caesar is getting 800,000, 9 million people. Hey, the world hates me over here. It's all good though, because I know I'm doing the right thing. That's how you know, man. People are doing so. They don't read these scriptures. And I know it's definitely some Negroes and some Hispanics, man, within that 800,000 number. And Native Americans in there watching, subscribe to that foolishness. It says, if the world hated you, you know that it hated me before it hated you. If you were of the world would love his own. Maybe I should have an AI, the AI DSTM, AI sponsored DSTM with a little fake AI me. If you are the world will love his own, but because you're not of the world, but I have chosen you out of the world, therefore the world hated you. But they love AI Caesar. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. Let me wrap this thing up, man. Did y'all know that they keep Christmas in Jerusalem? I mean, in Bethlehem, I should say. This is why the damn heathen got to get up out of our land, man. This is why they got to get out of here. I mean, look, Christmas is axed. Jesus' birthplace, Bethlehem, officially cancels Christmas for the first time in decades due to the Israel war massacre. They're keeping Christmas in Bethlehem, birthplace of Yahweh Shai. See, this is why the heathen, man, got to go. They have the nerve to say that they're the people of the book. There's no way. Psalm 79:1 says, "Oh Yahweh, The heathen are come into thine inheritance. Thy holy temple have they defiled. They have laid Jerusalem on heaps. What happens, man? 70 AD, we get conquered, man. They move on in. I mean, we read the scriptures, man, in Ezekiel 36 and Isaiah 1 and 7 and so forth and so on, right? Ezekiel 7, 1 down, about the heathen coming into our land, claiming it as their own. They've come into our inheritance. They defiled the temple. I mean, this is what is going on right now. They're over there celebrating Christmas. The shock move. They said it's shocking that they're not going to have Christmas in Bethlehem. Unbelievable. And what's so crazy is the majority of them damn goofballs over there, they don't even believe in Christ as the Messiah. This is them drinking the wine of the wrath of the fornication of America as well. The shock move means that there will be no huge Christmas tree put up or any decorative lights in Manager Square, the exact spot Jesus was said to be born in. This is the first time they've been canceled since the modern celebrations began, and even during the C-19 pandemic, the square was still decorated. They ain't even let the damn bug stop it. A spokesman for the Bethlehem municipality confirmed that the normal plans for Christmas have been completely scrapped ahead of December 25th. Boo effing who, right? Look at it. The reason is the general situation in Palestine. People are not really into any celebration. They are sad, angry, and upset. Our people in Gaza are being massacred and killed in cold blood. They ready to go have canceling Christmas. Unbelievable, man. That's why we got to repent. That's why we got to get our land back. That's why we got to get them people up out of there, man, because they're completely destroying everything. The legacy, the land, bloodshed's being spilt over there, man. I mean, they got to go. They got to go. All right. That's it for your brother, man. Appreciate those of you who stayed with me. This edition of DSTM, man. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to the Most High, Yahweh Shah, man. You already know what time it is. If you haven't wiped your feet, wipe them on your way out. If you're just tuning in tomorrow, Sabbath day, wipe your feet before you come in, man. Do your brother that solid, man. Share, like, subscribe, all that stuff that they tell you to do on YouTube that you're doing for other channels, you're doing for everybody else, but you don't do that for me. Huh? Do that for your brother. It's all good, man. From Egypt to Israel, man. Shalom, man. Be well. Kohav, shalom to you. The house of Byron, shalom to you. Subsequently, shalom to you. Rose with hope. Shalom to you, sister. And anyone else who I missed, man, y'all have a blessed evening. Blessed Shabbat. And we'll be back tomorrow. Closing Shabbat class for MOTC, 3 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, man. Lock in, tune in, or catch us on the rebound. All right. I'm out of here, man. Always remember, fear the Most High. Keep the commandments. But don't shoot your messenger. Shalom.